That sounded like the opening of a play. You know, like the narrator. All right, so here we are. Mayor, I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to me.
It's a pleasure, Ed.
Though I guess your constituents will wonder, how busy is your schedule really if you could take the time to talk to me? Congratulations on your recent win.
Thank you, thank you. Yes.
That was a massive win.
Yeah, we had a good outing.
And now you won by like 18,000 votes or something. Be honest with me. When you see those numbers, do you just feel like the Colossus of Rhodes? Do you just feel like giant and get drunk with power ever?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I was getting the impression that you're probably not one given to great bouts of emotion. So what do people not understand about the job of a mayor? People think, well, the mayor, it's a very lofty job, and it seems very important, but what do they not understand? What are some of the drawbacks of being a mayor?
Well, you know, your schedule's not your own. One day you're in a meeting, the next day you're being hauled out to talk to a puppet.
Okay, so one day sucks, the next day's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. And it's a job, though, isn't it? Do people realize that politics is a job? I mean, you have massive, awesome power, but a lot of responsibility, too.
Yeah, you do, Ed. You know, and you're probably the first person to actually get that.
Not surprising. Most people aren't that clever. You deal with constituents, you know. I'm not asking you to confirm that. Now, Kamloops is, it's growing by leaps and bounds, and the new cannabis law has, I understand, had some local impact. The term Kamsterdam comes to mind.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your city being having that kind of association?
Yeah, the Twitter handle Kamsterdam seems to be trending, but I suspect that that's only momentary, Ed. You know, what happened was that the government decided to legalize recreational marijuana, and we said, hey, let's get on with it. So we did, in true Kamloops style, and so now we are the first city to be able to offer business licenses to retail cannabis operations, and they're coming to us to set up business and sell their wares.
Now, have you noticed corner stores reporting an increased sale of, like, Doritos?
Yeah, everybody thought that was going to happen, but it hasn't yet.
No shortage of Doritos, none of that. No shortage of, like, Ritz crackers, Munchies. So far, no shortages. It hasn't been like, you know, post-apocalypse, everyone running in to get their stuff before it runs out.
Yeah, that sort of reefer madness thing didn't happen. So what happened was the only thing they're running out of is product, because they've had, I think, 34,000 visits in 3 weeks to the legal cannabis store in Kamloops.
I'm trying to process that. How many people live in Kamloops?
About 95,000, so...
You think that's a huge percentage of your population that are potheads.
Yeah, maybe it's not all our population, though, Ed. It could be people coming from Vernon or Vancouver to enjoy recreational cannabis from a legal supplier. We're the only game in town.
All right, now, I'm thinking, people always tell me I should run for mayor again. I ran for mayor of Toronto once. I almost won, and I'm constantly being encouraged to run again. And I say, why would you say such a thing to me? Why would you wish such a fate on me? Do you see politics as something that I would find rewarding? Or do you think that having to deal with so many people and pretend you like them would be something of a challenge?
Well, you know, I tell Mayor John Tory that you're on the way, because, you know, being mayor is about talking to people. And Ed, I understand from your resume, you spent your whole life doing that.
Yeah, I do talk to people, but I think that politics is about more than talking to people. I think it's about how you talk to the people and the people you talk to. So I'm not sure that, but people seem to like the straight shooting these days. Unfortunately, they like people who are straight shooters who only say horrible things. But I think that there's a place for politicians who speak honestly, but say nice things. Don't you agree? Why do people assume that people are only being honest when they say horrible things? And they assume when you say something that's nice, that you're just covering it up, that you'd like to say something horrible. Why do you think people are like that?
Well, it's like, why do people want to watch a train wreck? And there are some people in politics these days that are moving train wrecks, and they seem to have attracted a following, and maybe Ed the Sock could attract a similar following.
Well, you know, I've been to Kamloops before. It took me this long to recover for my visit to Surplus Herbies, because it's the craziest place in town. It was insane. But I'm very glad to be back. It's a nice city, and I'm wondering if, I was thinking about maybe I should relocate, but I understand that your vacancy rates are very low. Perhaps that's due to your embrace of legal cannabis. So if I decide to move here, you have any schlep to get me a decent place?
Yeah, you know what? Vacancy rates are low because Kamloops is hot and growing, but I suspect it's a combination of the university, Thompson Rivers University. They take a lot of space, but my wife and I have a couple of spare rooms, and our kids have moved out, and yeah, a sock in the basement, maybe not a bad idea.
Wait a minute. I'm getting the idea of an amazing reality show. The mayor, his wife, and Ed the Sock. Can you imagine? It would be like half sitcom, half political drama, and I can't make it another half because there's only two halves in anything. But I'm seeing a reality show here that I think people would watch. I mean, have you ever had, like, do you take boarders in on a regular basis?
No, and before this gets too far, I better ask the First Lady if it's going to be okay to have Ed the Sock. But I think that she would.
Women love me. I'm very polite. Women love me. Not a problem. And I'm not a difficult tenant.
Yeah,
How do you feel about cigars?
Yeah, and I was going to talk to you about that. In chambers here, there's no smoking, but I see your stogie's kind of an old stogie that's out.
Well, I'm respecting your rules. You don't come into the chamber and start, just smoking. Who am I, Sean Penn? No, you got to have some respect, especially if I'm thinking about moving into your place.
Yeah, true. Yeah. How are you with cats, Ed?
Oh, I love cats.
Oh, good.
The problem is cats think that I'm a cat toy.
Yeah.
They think that my hair is like scratching post material. So I get some pretty deep tissue massages.
Yeah. Any dietary issues?
Well, there are some. I can bring a list. You guys have, are you near a store that sells Pez?
Yeah, no, I don't live near any stores, but...
What do you mean you don't live near any? What are you, like, on a mountain peak somewhere?
Pretty
like
much.
Kathy
Pretty
Bates
much.
in Misery? If I try to leave, you're going to break my bones?
It's a long walk, or in your case, maybe crawl, I don't know, but to the store. But Pez, we can do Pez. I think there's some stores that sell Pez in Kamloops. Isn't there stores in Kamloops that sell Pez? Yeah.
Shouldn't you know that off the top of your head, Mayor?
Yeah, you should, but
Shouldn't you know if there's Pez stores?
A lot of things to remember,
Yeah, well, you got to prioritize.
Yeah.
Pez near the top.
Pez
now, you guys are doing a charity event with United Way.
Oh, right, yes. And, the United Way dropped off a hat for you.
Oh, all right.
It's
well,
right here.
It's a little chilly outside. You're going to put that on me?
Yeah, here.
All right. All of a sudden, I'm Where's Waldo?
Hey, that's great.
Which dwarf do you think I look most like at this point?
You're not sleepy.
No. Grumpy is probably closest. This hat is very heavy.
Yeah.
Are you aware, it's probably not as heavy for you, but yeah, the hat is very, what are you doing? Now it's getting weird.
It's not, I wanted to see if the logo could be up there, but.
Well, it's creeping me out. Hey, all right, what, is this how you end interviews?
No.
Is this your political strategy for opponents? You just smother them in hats?
That's right, yeah. No, actually, maybe what I'll do is I'll see if the United Way have a smaller one of these. And maybe I can wear this one. I don't know. Let's see.
No, you can't wear that one now. Well, you can sell that on eBay now because I was wearing it.
Yeah.
Well, you could have before you started wearing it.
You don't have any
The value went down as soon as you put it on.
Yeah. No headlights issues, Ed?
Headlights issues? What do you think I am?
Well, you're from Toronto.
Is the headlights capital of Canada, apparently? Toronto? All right. Headlights. I don't know. Here, look. You see anything? Have a look. We'll do social grouping like chimpanzees.
Yeah, but you really need a knit comb to be certain.
Did someone write this material for you ahead of time? Did you workshop it a little bit?
No.
No, maybe you should have. Mayor, thank you very much for having me here in Chambers and receiving me so regally. So where's the key to the city?
You know, Ed, if I had a key to the city, I would be giving it to you, my friend. It's always good to see somebody from Eastern Canada enjoy Kamloops. So you have a good time while you're here. And you remember, if you happen to have too much to drink, Operation Red Nose is your way home. All
right, that's a good charity as well. Now, if I have Operation Red Nose, I call them and I give them your address. Is that a problem? They bring me up to your place?
And they've been there before.
I don't want to know about that. Okay. Thank you, Mayor Dave Christian here in Kamloops, and thank you to the citizens of Kamloops for allowing me into your wonderful chamber. This has probably been a lot less acrimonious than some of the other conversations you've had in here, huh?
Yeah, that's actually right, Ed.
And the one thing I'd recommend for you politically, you should show way too much enthusiasm. Like you need to button down a little bit more. You're a little too wild.
All right.
Oh, that's the gavel.